I'm blind, and there's an episode of Arthur that literally taught you what a blind person was, and I loved it as a child. The new Henry Screever movie is coming out, and this is basically the Harry Potter dupe of the Arthur cinematic universe, and Prunella and her best friend Marina are really excited. One thing to know is that Marina is blind, and I love that she has a white cane, but she does not wear sunglasses, so she's not portrayed as like the stereotypical blind person, which was really great. This is Prunella. She decides she's gonna go shopping because she's gonna decorate her entire room to match the Henry Screever novel, and then she's gonna invite Marina over for a secret sleepover, and they're gonna love it. Bed sheets for her room have to be the exact color and pattern, and then she realizes, like, Marina's blind. She's not gonna be able to see any of this. So after decorating her room to like match the book, she's like, you know what I'll do? I'll make my room blind proof. She literally takes a string and ties it on her toilet and then leads the string to her bedroom. Kind of just disregarding the fact that Marina has been to her house before, but she's like, this is gonna be perfect, like she'll be able to get around. Prunella's mom comes in and is like, girl, like, let me drop some knowledge. Like, you could just ask her what she needs from you, which is very much the way to, like, support your disabled friends. Like, just ask them what accommodations they might need if they're coming over to your house. Prunella's like, that's gonna ruin the surprise of my sleepover, but okay, I'll do it. She finds Marina. Marina's playing soccer, and I love this because, like, people obviously think that blind people just, like, can't do anything. But Marina even explains that she has a beeping soccer ball to help her find the ball on the field, and then she invites Prunella over to her house for a sleepover, and Prunella is like, oh, problem solved, I'll just go to her house, great. She goes to Marina's house and immediately is like, why aren't you using your white cane? And Marina's like, well, it's my own house, like, I know where everything is, which is true. And then Marina shows Prunella how her mom puts the food on the table so that Marina can find it herself. The girls then play a card game, and it's actually a Braille set of cards so that Marina can play as well, but this entire time Prunella is just like freaking out, trying to make sure everything is like good for her blind friend. Then the girls are just like fooling around and playing, but Marina falls, and Prunella freaks out. She's like, oh my gosh, like, it's my fault, you're blind, I should have told you where you were walking, I should have been there. And Marina's just like, girl, like, if you're gonna treat me like this all night, like, you could just go home. Prunella goes home, and then Buster Baxter comes over, and he's usually not that smart, but he drops some wisdom. He's like, when everyone found out I had asthma, I didn't want them to treat me differently, I didn't want them to fuss over me, and he's like, that's probably how Marina feels about being blind. And Prunella's like, oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't treat my blind friend that way. Prunella and Marina make up, and then they're seen watching the Henry Screever movie at the movie theaters, and Marina's actually wearing a pair of audio description headphones, and she explains to Prunella that way she gets the description of everything that's happening on screen, and then they're able to talk about the movie together. I've seen, like, every episode of Arthur ever produced, but I just love this episode because I feel like it really taught not only about, like, blindness and having a blind friend, but also, like, accessibility and inclusion, and I just thought this was a great episode.